I'm going to combine the next two questions into one. Would you support elimination of a defined benefit retirement plan and a defined contribution retirement plan for public employees? And combined with that in one topic, do you have a plan for the Social Security deficits and the theft of the Social Security funds by the elected officials? Bader? Bader, sorry.
Okay. As long as you don't call me late when it comes to lunchtime.
Sorry for these accents. We would call you Bader.
But I'm not the Star Wars Vader one. I've been called that. Okay, let me do the Social Security question first. Do I have a plan for Social Security? We absolutely need to save Social Security. If anyone is over the age of 55, status quo stays. So we need to work on alternatives to save Social Security and amend it for people who are under the age of 55. Couple of ideas. The shrinkage, the amount of deficit in the Social Security, we can take away 25% of that if we just raise the retirement age by 1 year. Raising it by 1 year, we would get rid of 25% of that deficit. We raise it by 2 years, 30%, and 35% is gone if we raise it up to the age of 70. That's full retirement. You can retire earlier, but full retirement. Again, if anyone is under the age of 55, that's not that's not for them. We could also completely wipe out the deficit of Social Security if we increase the contribution into Social Security itself by the employer and the employee. The gentleman next to me mentioned reducing that. I think by reducing the payroll tax, it would actually hurt Social Security and its stability, and I'll give him an opportunity to answer on that. So by raising it a ½ point on each side, we can actually save Social Security completely. Another thing that we can do with Social Security, besides increasing the rate, is also to make sure the people who get from it are the people who put into it. That's very important, because you'd be surprised what groups and what people actually take funds out of Social Security that never put any money into Social Security. So we need to police that a whole lot better. For example, the Social Security disability for individuals who never put any money into it. So that's a serious issue.
With regards to Social Security, it really is a topic that requires an extreme amount of precision and an extreme amount of depth and time to get behind all of the numbers. You know, I would encourage you to go to a website. Paul Ryan is a congressman at the present time. Go to Paul Ryan's website. Paul Ryan has done an enormous amount of work on Social Security with some outside organizations. He's got a brilliant plan. Why that plan has not been embraced by the Republican Party, maybe it's been not invented here kind of thing, but he had to figure it out. Just like my colleague here to my left had mentioned, it seems like some of those statistics are similar to those of Ryan's. Now, with regards to the federal debt, what specifically would you do with the federal debt? The first thing I would take an extremely hard look at is Department of Education. If that came up for a vote, I would vote to disband that, or just crush it in size, because we're spending tens of billions of dollars and we're not getting a return on the investment. Give you an example. 2009, the industrialized countries of the world, the students of the industrialized countries of the world, had taken a test. Right? The results of that test are this. The United States ranked 17th in reading, 23rd in science, 30th in math. Now, when we're spending the billions and billions of dollars that we deserve something better. My recommendation would be disband that Department of Education and move that responsibility into all of the states. Give it to governor. Have the governor have that as a responsibility to make sure that the quality of the education in the state is his or her responsibility, not some bureaucracy sitting up in D.C. and you wonder what they're doing with our money. Yeah? That'd be the first place I would take a look. Second, the last thing would be hands off the military and hands off Homeland Security and the CIA. That's the last thing to take a look at. We have got to protect this country, and we should not be fooling around with their budgets until we take a look at everything else.
In reference to both Social Security and pension, I say We need to immediately, for those that are paying into this is not an entitlement. This is actually people that are putting real money into it. We need a hands-off approach. My opponent, Carrillos, who took $2.6 billion, was quoted in NJTPC saying that at the time it was the right thing to do. When the heck is it the right thing to do, taking $2.6 billion? That's a federal number. If you look at the postal, and I need to let everyone know with the Tea Party, 80 years paid in advance, postal workers, okay? They want to take their pension and borrow it. Now, Social Security, hands-off approach, but how many billions of dollars were taken out for the Obama healthcare plan? That is absolute ridiculous. The other thing I want to say too is that if we actually focus on what the main issue is, 40 years old would give people plenty of time where if you said, listen, there's not going to be Social Security like you know it. There's going to be a certain percentage put in. That right now you can't take senior citizens, and we're all here a group, okay? We all have one common ground, it's to beat Obama and to beat Menendez. I come from Ocean County, and it's all senior citizens. I have interviewed probably thousands of senior citizens. 40 seems to be the number in agreement. Just FYI for everybody here, this is real numbers from people that I've heard speak. But anyway, that's it. Thank you.